The oppressed group shall prosper, especially the most oppressed group of all, gamers.
Yeah, so unironically, I feel like we have reached that point in the what are we doing scale of gamers. When I say gamers, I don't mean lowercase g. I mean capital G, hard R. Just having the most intense persecution complex I've ever seen. Also, simultaneously, being the most like aggressive group out there. It is such a paradox. Oh yeah, hi, welcome, your boyfriend, girlfriend's day friend's favorite content creator. And obviously we're talking about gamers today because what's going on? What's going on? I feel like every day I log on, I go on the internet, and I am just inundated with people who I don't think should be allowed to be online without supervision. I mean, we have people talking about how Silent Hill 2 remake lies to you because Bloober Team released a art book that shows concept art of a different character versus what they look like now. They show concept art of Angela, and now they're saying that the woke lefties at Bloober Team wanted to DEIify her, so they made her less appealing.
This particular James looks totally different from the James that we ended up getting in the actual remake. And wait till you guys see Angela. Oh my God. The Angela in the picture versus the Angela we got. I really want to start questioning the three. This doesn't look anywhere close to whatever the fuck the creature is that we got in the actual game. But look at her original iteration. Look at her original iteration. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. This looks like an Angela who's traumatized. This right here. This, I could buy this, right? I could buy this. This is making her younger. Younger looking, I should say, because she was always young. But look, making her look younger looking while also making her look traumatized. Like, this is great. Look at the bags on her eyes. Look at the bags under her eyes. The darkness under her eyes. This right here. This is what we should have gotten. Nobody's asking for a hot Angela. We're just asking for an actual traumatized Angela that looks like she's been through some shit. Because that's what the entire character is supposed to portray. We didn't get that in the game. The game unfortunately gave us an Angela that looked like she just finished filming a TikTok.
Say it. Or you could just force me. Like he always did. You disgusting pig. I hate you. I hate you.
And what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we fans of the medium or not? Do we understand that things have like thematic elements to it that play into like character design? Do we not understand? Do we not understand what concept art is? And like normally I would just go on and talk about how these grifters are complete morons who want to make you angry. I've done it a bunch of times. You guys should go watch those videos. But I want to kind of focus a little bit broader and also more on the audience that they're reaching. Because now I am seeing it being, regurgitated, not by just these guys, but lots and lots of people. And it's just the same wrong information all the time. You have people's brains so broken now that they are, and I'm not making this up, transvestigating animated characters. We've moved on from transvestigating living, breathing people to transvestigating statues and animated characters. Apparently, the new Lara Croft animated show, she's trans. According to them. Why? Because she's a woman with muscles. And I'm sorry, wasn't the argument always like, how believable is it for this small woman to be able to beat this guy up? And now they have a woman who has visible muscle who Rage Tombs, who climbs mountains, who is super athletic. She is good at hand to hand. She's trained in firearms. She, again, climbs mountains. So she might have a little bit of muscle mass to her. And now this has become the new rallying point. Oh, now she's trans. So if they don't have muscle and they do shit, it's fake women empowerment. If they do have muscle and do shit, oh, they have to be trans. And I'm just saying, like, the audience who listens to these people, do you actually listen to what they're saying? They're trying to tell you that an animated character is trans. You also have other people telling you that now everything is woke and gay. Everything's gay. Everything's gay. The left's shoving down this stuff in our throats. We're the real oppressed class because the left won't let us do what we want. The only reason why anyone ever talks about this shit is because the people on the right are constantly harping on it. I know this might be a stretch, but go follow people who are maybe even center, or who are just on the left, maybe center left, but whatever, and look at their content and then compare it to the sources you normally get your stuff from. Who is more focused on identity? Who was the first one to bring that shit up? I have videos on this, so you guys know I'm not making shit up. I have seen reviewers inject identity politics and then say that the material that they're reviewing actually has those identity politics and they're just pointing it out when no one else is pointing that out because it's not a main factor. You have people talking about Into the Spider-Verse is somehow anti-white because Peter B. Parker is like a bumbling oaf. And it's like, that's the only way they can frame it. They can't frame it as just like, Peter Parker is for a superhero, pretty irresponsible when it comes to like his social life. So he has lots of social failings, which has been his character for decades. Will comes great power, great responsibility, but he only focuses really on that great responsibility to the detriment of his social ability, like interacting with people, maintaining relationships. And so they just took it to a logical conclusion, right? But no, it has to be Peter Parker's white, therefore they don't like him. Because that's what they want you to think. They are bringing the identity to it. Going back to Tomb Raider, calling her trans when at no point is that a part of anything in the show. They simply do not talk about that. This isn't like Laura struggling with her identity in terms of like gender. She's struggling with her identity as of who she is after she left the island, because this clearly takes place after the first 2013 Tomb Raider game. And that's the storyline and how she's dealing with that. And obviously they have more stuff, worlds in danger, yada, yada, yada. But at no point are they bringing in the fact that Lara Croft is gay or trans or anything like that. Are they hinting at it? Of course they are, because Lara Croft is definitely, I'm gonna just tell you, she's definitely bisexual, 100%. Like at minimum. But again, that's not the focus, but they'll make that the focus because they need you to focus on that. And they do this all the time, literally all the time. Let's talk about one particular content creator, Indymon TV, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Who cares? He had gotten into it with CD Projekt Red CEO because he was just doing what he always does. Make shit up about his Ubisoft source, who somehow also has inside information about CD Projekt Red, and then just spouts off out the mouth, no proof. And now he's trying to act like he's being attacked or silenced by CD Projekt Red, but also simultaneously claiming victory over CD Projekt Red over something he is obviously wrong about. And he won't let that go. Now he's advertising like, hey, I'm going to talk more about CD Projekt Red. I'm streaming. I'm bringing Mark Kern. Yeah, that guy. We're bringing Grums onto our stream because that's a reliable source who's respected in the industry. All of this just for attention. That's it. They don't give a shit. And you want to know how they don't give a shit? Because that same creator who was talking shit about Dragon Age is now saying he is going to buy the game, but just not enjoy it. Let's read this. Longtime fan of Dragon Age. I will be playing this game myself. Mostly because I want to cover this game extensively and figure out if what's going on here is going to either confirm suspicions or not. But if I play it from beginning to end and based on my choices have my own based normal experience, I will let people know. Because when I played Baldur's Gate 3, there was no agenda, again, because player's choice allowed it to be so. Just real quick, already what he's doing is playing both sides, because he probably actually genuinely likes Dragon Age and genuinely likes Baldur's Gate. Dragon Age been gay though. Dragon Age has been gay, and that was never an issue. But now because of the culture war, it's an issue. But he, like he said, he's a longtime fan of Dragon Age, so he's going to buy the woke game that he's also, him and his anti-woke friends have been needlessly criticizing, because it doesn't matter to them about actually standing by their convictions. Their convictions is whatever gets them views. And to say that there was no agenda in Baldur's Gate 3, also insane, because they're getting mad at Dragon Age for having the option of having chest scars, just the option. And in Baldur's Gate 3, you can be straight up trans. You can have sex with pretty much anyone. You can engage with people who are refugees. And Baldur's Gate 3 is inherently political, so that's crazy to say that. We said there's no agenda, because there's never an agenda when they like the game. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? It's going to be an interesting release for sure. It will most definitely cause a shitstorm when it happens, so we'll see. And before someone says, why buy it, you're supporting it, my one purchase will not save the company, guys. Okay, again, right there. Trying to get ahead of it, right? Saying, there's going to be a shitstorm when it happens. No, there's not going to be a shitstorm, so you guys will create the shitstorm. You have millions of people who are excited for Dragon Age. Millions of people excited. Been waiting a decade for this to come out. They're going to be super pumped about this. But you and probably like Melanie Max, Smash JT, Hypnotic, all those guys who are already doing it are going to try to make as much of a shitstorm as you can to make money off of it. That's it. And then to say, my one purchase won't save the company, guys. You're still buying it. It is still you actively supporting something, because no one's forcing you to buy this game. No one's expecting you to review this. You aren't fucking Skill Up. No one's expecting you to put this on the channel, but you want to do this, and you're trying to make it justify for yourself that, oh, my one purchase won't save the company. I mean, obviously it won't save the company, but it won't hurt it either. So it will help it a bit. No convictions. But if my one purchase can help see if the game is what people fear, it can save thousands more. I played Forspoken, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, all games these consultant people involved. So let people you trust suffer through, oh my God, suffer through these things, and we can tell you just how bad or maybe even somewhat good it is depending on what happens. Okay, I go sleep now. So the last point is super important, because he's basically telling you, let me decide for you. I am put upon. I am the oppressed gamer. I will suffer through Spider-Man 2. I will suffer. I will take the slings and arrows so I may finish Alan Wake 2. And oh my God, do you know the cross I must bear in order to finish God of War Ragnarok? Like, he's suffering through these games. But let me suffer for you guys, so that way I can tell you your opinion. Let me do that. And I can save thousands. I can save thousands, you guys. And he says these consultant people involved. First off, I don't know what the fuck sentence that is. I think he's trying to say that specifically Sweet Baby Inc., because he loves talking about Sweet Baby Inc., was involved in these projects. But okay. Every game at this point, every AAA game has consultants. Every single AAA game has consultants in every regard. So weird that he wants to single that out. But again, he's doing this because the capital G, hard R gamer audience has been manipulated to the point where they can only view things through this lens. Hey, it's not him obviously not standing by his own fucking convictions and just not purchasing the game. It's him purchasing the game, but to let you guys know how woke it is. He's doing it for you. He doesn't want to do it. Just like how good old Andy Pants is 41 years old playing video games because he has no choice. But if you're 18, don't do it. I'm doing it so you don't have to do it. I'm playing these games so you don't have to play these games. And they're not playing like objectively trash games where it's like, what's it called? It's like in Japanese, they call it like kusoge, like shitty games, like doing that on purpose. He's playing well-received, well-created games and lying to his audience. These people, again, I always say this, they're lying to you. They're mad and they want you to be mad. So they're lying to you. But once they create that audience, now they have to walk that tightrope. It's like, well, damn, I really want to play Dragon Age, but I did say it's woke and gay and that the fact that there's potentially trans people in it is wrong and bad. But damn it, do I not love Dragon Age? I know. I'll say I'm doing it to measure wokeness. Like, do you see how insane it is to say you're gonna buy a game, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna spend $70 on it, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. Because games are cheap now, and I can spend $70 on every game I don't like, just so you guys know what not like. Like, it's insane. It is insane. Like, what are we doing? And then we have people who are, again, transvestigating Lara Croft, calling her a man because she has muscles. Like, this one person is saying, this is where she's like a man. Her chin, her arms, her forearm, just her entire lower body, I guess. Her fingers. So like, what? This just in, only men have limbs. Women are just a torso, which unironically is probably how they view women, but insane. It's insanity. And again, you have gamers putting this shit on constantly. And it's not just in like America. There's people in, for example, Spain, who, again, for some reason, we're obsessed with Angela from Silent Hill 2, is putting out shit like this. This was the Angela we deserved in Silent Hill 2 remake and not the man with the wig they gave us. The woke virus destroys everything it touches. Now, I'm not a character designer, nor am I a game maker. I'm not a designer. I'm not anything like that. But. Let's look at these images. Okay, and I'm not making a joke here. Let's look at these images and really see what these two images are trying to portray. And now I'll give you more context if you don't know about Angela. So the image on the left is someone who is existing specifically just to be sexualized. And that's not to say people who have this body type in real life only exist that way. But this is specifically made to be sexualized. She's not wearing any pants. She has the boob window. She put makeup on, all this other stuff, right? Even her ears are different. Her hands are different. Her thighs are big, but gotta have that little thigh gap right there, right? Just to accentuate that little area down there, little triangle. And then the image on the right is someone who's just kind of demure, just mild looking, right? Doesn't stand out, sort of bland. Now, they are both currently standing in Silent Hill in a looks like a graveyard of some kind. Now, the backstory for Angela is she is a victim of sexual assault and she's a minor. So she's a victim of sexual assault. Now, not to get too heavy, but I've been talking about sexual assault here. Women who get sexually assaulted experience trauma. It's a traumatic event. And so people respond to trauma a bunch of different ways. Sometimes, legitimately, they might lean towards the side on the left, right? Not saying they just like that, but they might be hyper promiscuous. Or they might completely shut down and present themselves in a way where they'd be unappealing to anyone because they don't want to be touched or acknowledged by men. They do not like men because men assaulted them. That is Angela's backstory. She is a sexual assault victim. She is a survivor of that. She is a young woman. And that messed with her dramatically. So now knowing that, and you're a character designer, and you're redesigning her for a more modern audience, right? Or redoing her look, which is even not far from the original, mind you. They're trying to say that the one on the left better represents what's happening because they don't actually give a fuck about character, story direction, anything like that. They just want to see boobs. That's it. They view every woman as like this sex object that only exists to get them hard. no matter the situation. And ironically, they're telling other capital G gamers that the one on the left is the best version. They're telling you guys that you guys can't handle themes or deeper meaning or anything like that. You're surface level. You're not intelligent. You think woman hot, woman need to be hot all the time. You can't appreciate shit. It has to have the jingling keys in front of you. These people are calling you stupid. They're calling you dumb. Like, to your audience, they're calling you, the people who engage in this sort of shit, they're calling you stupid. Because, you're not emotionally or mentally mature enough to handle these topics. So we're going to have big titties in front of your face. And guess what? There are some titties in your face in Silent Hill 2 from the nurses. But again, that goes with the theme. This does not. At all. But they don't fucking care. They just want you to be horn dogs who don't think, who can't do any thinking beyond, does it get me hard or not? And with that level of thinking, you end up doing shit like transvestigating Lara Croft, like transvestigating a fucking statue. Yes, from the Legacy of Kain, they're doing a remaster and they're getting mad about the statue. Going back to Silent Hill, they've been mad about the fucking stripper sign. Like, I don't know how much more I have to say. These people are idiots, but they also think you're idiots. Because instead of actually talking about shit that matters within the gaming industry, like crunch, sexual harassment, unfair business practices, these mergers that are killing studios, bad studio management, anything like that, that actually matters, that we should actually care about, they want you to take that energy and be mad about a statue in a game. They want you to be mad about a fucking animated woman who has muscle. They want you to be upset that Angela isn't a porn star in the game. They want you to be so mad that you'll be in comment sections from developers going, why did you guys wokeify this? I hope it's not woke. Don't make it woke, please. And it's like, you guys look like morons too. You guys look like insane people. They're telling you, don't play this, don't do that, don't do this. Don't worry, baby. I will protect you from everything. That game's too woke for you. There's too much LGBT stuff here. Like, you guys are children and can't handle stuff? Are you children? I mean, statistically, some of you probably are, but like, are you babies? Like, do you need this spoon fed to you? Do you need Indymon to play Dragon Age? So, make sure it's safe. Like he's your fucking parent who has to watch a movie to see if it's okay for you to see it. Like, that's what they're doing to you guys. They think you're fucking dumb babies, and you will let them get away with it so much to the point where now they think they have enough clout to go after the CEO of CD Projekt Red. I was just in a thread where someone was attacking one of the writers at CD Projekt Red, saying they know what they're talking about. They write for the fucking company. They wrote the game you were talking about that you enjoyed, but they don't know what they're talking about. Like, we're emboldening stupidity, and it's got to stop.